Yes, people, welcome back to the one that you've all been waiting for, the game where Liverpool become Premier League champions 24-25. It doesn't even matter who we're playing against, but because we're playing against Tottenham, it's only right we wheeled out Summers, Abbi. How are we, fella?
I'm all right, hon. How are you?
I'm all right.
Wait, it wouldn't be a preview with you and I if you didn't tell the audience how long we've known each other.
Oh, God, again? Because every time I bring it up, you say, "Oh, again."
Well, it's
resurfaced again now, hasn't it?
We start every preview, but we do together like it. So please.
Went to school.
More energy. Start again.
More energy. They've heard this.
Tell them again.
Go on,
they all want to hear it.
Same joke. Went to school from the ages of 5 till about 10. Mm-hmm. Didn't see each other for about 10 years, and then I rock up at her work. And I was the cement mixer / painter decorator. You was selling the poles.
I was.
And then 10 years after that, you walk in here and I'm like, wait a minute, when do I know you? And now we're sat here. Probably 5 years after that happened. So
together again.
Yeah, it's silly at this stage. We're going to end up in the same nursing home.
We will.
I'll be there, my last breath. 92 going, if I make it that long.
If you make it.
I'll be going, oh, fuck yeah. Oh my God, she's following me. It's just a life thing at this stage.
It's just a lifestyle. We're just attached.
I'm pretty sure our graves would probably be next to each other as well.
Sweet, wouldn't it?
Pretty morbid.
And I'll be sitting there saying he's followed me and annoyed me my whole life.
Yeah, and I'll be probably a couple more Premier League champions by then. Well, hopefully 10 more.
Anyway, back to the game.
And it is a game that we've played 4 times, or 3 times. This will be the 4th, 2 in the Cup. I think we've scored in total 10 against you this season. You've scored 4, I think.
Not bad going.
It's not too bad, to be fair. But now this one, I mean, we'll talk about your perspective of this game because it's a bit of a nothing game for you. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get any higher, you won't get any lower. Obviously, you've got a massive semi-final against Bodo Glimt to prepare for next week. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be rests and whatnot, but if you will allow me just to
you've got
kind of indulge in this weekend and
when
what it could
not?
mean. Because literally, since me and you have known each other, I've never seen us win a Prem with my own eyes in the stadium.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
Yeah.
And yes, obviously we joke on DR about, me taking too long talking about Liverpool. But what you have to understand, because you know my family as well, what this is going to mean, and I hope you have this one day. I genuinely do.
Hopefully
and I want you to win the Europa League.
On the Europa League.
I want you to win the Europa League,
Please,
so I don't want United to win it. So, how much is that going to mean to me?
Yeah, everything. Like, to win the Premier League is all you want as a football fan. That, and obviously the Champions League. But, the Premier League for an English fan is just it's the pinnacle. And obviously you did win it during COVID, but you were kind of robbed of having that.
Massively.
And the way you won it during that season, you were unbelievable and fully deserved it. You deserve it again this season. In a different way, in a different way to that team. Look, I'm happy for you that you won it. I always said I am an honorary Liverpool fan.
Yeah, you are.
I say this season, but not really. But like in the context that obviously, if Arsenal were the next best thing, if Arsenal were the ones that are going to be challenging, which they didn't really, but if they're challenging, then of course I would always want Liverpool to win it. And from your side, you said on our show today on DR that your mum was there the last time they won it at Anfield. You're going to be there on Sunday at Anfield.
Honestly, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah, it's
when that
incredible.
Whistle blows and it's confirmed. Like, the tears will be streaming. Like, I don't care.
But you shouldn't care. This is what, as a football fan, you live for. And you've seen your team win the Champions League. Unbelievable. You've seen them win everything. And you're going to see it with your own eyes in the stadium itself, most likely on Sunday. The funniest part of this is that we literally give Tottenham zero hope. 0.1% of getting any type of result. And that is also historic because Spurs do terribly at Anfield, even when we've had our best teams. So it's very unlikely Spurs are going to spoil the party, but it would be very funny if they did.
It'd be very Spursy, wouldn't it?
It'd be so Spursy to do it.
In like a weird Spursy way, because the Spursy way is just to lose.
Yeah.
But the weird Spursy way is to win when no one is expecting.
It's kind of like whenever Spurs play City, and I know that taking out this season aside, but even still, when we beat them and battered them in November,
4-0,
you would never think that Spurs would be able to go toe to toe with City. But I've seen Spurs beat them when
honestly,
you've had Emerson Royale and Ben Davies at centre back.
Spurs are the most random team I've ever seen in my life.
Very random.
Like, there's no pragmatic solution. It's just random. Whatever you get, you get.
And that's also because everyone knows that Spurs have no chance, and the way we're talking about it, it kind of gives you that feeling that actually maybe Spurs could go and spoil the party. Well, it's very unlikely. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool fans. I'm not trying to ruin your day.
Well, the beautiful thing is, you know, before last night's game, Arsenal Palace, we had to win on Sunday. Now it's a draw, which I think definitely takes a little bit of pressure away. And yes, we're going to win the league, but you still want to be that guy that scores the winner that everyone, you know, watches for 25 years in the replays. You know, I don't know who that guy is going to be. You know, I'd love it to be Endo, personally. Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
Joe Gomez, if he wasn't injured and he scored the goal.
Darwin Núñez to win you the Prem, unreal.
Oh, he's going to be lifting up that Prem. We're going to send him packing, don't know about that. But he is going to be lifting up that Prem, not on Sunday, but this is the day where it could all, after 35 years of pain and torture, because it has been.
But you have won the league.
We have won the league.
It's not the first league.
It was the only league out of all, how long's the Prem been going? 30.
Of course, but you have
years.
won the league.
Sure. But being inside the ground and seeing that happen in front of me, I'm going to be an emotional mess.
You better turn up Monday.
No, I'll be here.
Okay, good.
But I'll be drinking.
That's fine. You drink to your heart's content.
I'll be drinking. Yeah.
Not underage, though, guys.
That's what our school days do. Good times we drink, bad times we drink. And I think I'll be drinking.
16 and over.
Of course, drink responsibly, as we should always say. From a Tottenham point of view, massive, yes, it's against Bodo Glimt, but if anything, great, because it's an easier route to the final.
Well,
but
you say that.
How do you set up for this game?
For the Liverpool game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, all my eggs are in Thursday basket.
Which is fine.
Bodo Glimt, I'm not being as nasty about Bodo as a lot of people are saying it's an easy route. I mean, look, it could be worse. I guess you could have Bilbao, but I feel like any team Spurs face, it's always going to be a challenge. And as minnows as they are, they've done a pretty good job to get to the semi-final, to beat Lazio.
As far as you are.
Exactly. So I'm not writing that off. It's going to be really, really hard, and Spurs have to be perfect. They have to be really good. They've got to be defensively resolute. They've got to have their best performance every single time they play on a Thursday now. Every single time. On this game, look, I've had 18 losses this season. We're on course to surpass 20. This will most likely be 19. So me to sit here and say I expect anything else other than a loss would be silly and untruthful. Obviously, I don't want to get battered because I feel like you're playing for pride. Like at the moment, we're not going to finish. The highest we're realistically going to finish is probably somewhere like 14th if we manage to. We're 16th currently in the table. So it is literally just try not to get battered. Try and take your chances when they come. There'll be a lot of rotation. I expect. I don't think he's going to risk. He might start Mickey van der Ven and Romero for a bit. He might start Kulusevski for a bit, but I think there'll be a lot of rotation like we kind of saw against Forest as well. Maybe a merge of the two. I wouldn't want to risk Mickey. I wouldn't want to risk Bergvall. I wouldn't want to risk Kulusevski. Those three for me are the most important ones I wouldn't want to risk for Thursday. So who knows? I think we'll probably see. He's fancying Europe, Udogie and Porro. So I think he'll start Spence. He might go Danso and Davis potentially. He'll probably still go Porro. And then I don't know. I don't know what he does, but I liked seeing Odegaard. I liked seeing Tell on Monday. I actually thought they offered quite a lot in terms of Tottenham's attack. Good balls in the box. Porro put quite a few good balls into the box as well. I feel he might start Richarlison.
Because it's Anfield, he will.
Yeah, because it's Anfield. And I know you lot really hate Richarlison. And a lot of the fan base don't. And obviously he was never going to be worth 60 million. But he's had so many injuries. It's always been hard for him at his time at Spurs to get any type of consistency. I actually quite like him, more for the fact that his work rate is really good. I can never question his work rate, and that's important.
It's the bare minimum, though, you'd expect.
You say that. I've got a lot of players at Spurs that don't always give you that.
Yeah, well, that's unacceptable.
Of course. But I never, ever doubt his work rate. He's always up for it, passionate. And I can see him starting. Got a goal the other night as well. Missed a lot, but so does Solanke. Yeah. I'm also interested to see if Solanke does start alongside Odegaard and Tell on the wings as well, because there was so many crosses. Where's that been for Solanke as well most of the season? So yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm not massively fussed about this game. I expect to lose it, as I said, and I really just care about Thursday.
Could there be a situation where he goes really rotated, weak, if you want to call it that, and then he looks to maybe bring some of the big guns off the bench, do you think the fans in the away end would be like, what are you doing?
I just think at this point, like, I expect to see some of those players play. I mean, he played Mickey the other night and he took him off. Kulusevski came on. I don't know. I feel like, I can't speak for the fan base myself, but like me, my own opinion, I'm not saying go and just play all the kids. You don't need to do that, but you'll see a lot of the fringe players, like the players that played at Wolves the week before we had the second leg last time. The side that we put out on Monday night against Forest was again a lot of fringe players with a little bit of rotation. So I expect kind of to see the same, but with that semi coming up in 4 days after that, I would think he probably wouldn't take risks to certain players.
Yeah, you can't. You absolutely can't, because if he is right in what he said earlier on in the season, I always win in my second season.
That's the focus.
Give yourself the best chance of doing that on Thursday.
And also, when you've lost 18 times, what's another one?
And Liverpool fans, let me ask you this one, right? Who do you want to win the Europa League? Because for me,
surely it
has to be Tottenham. I know Bilbao have got a great story. It's in their stadium. I do like Bilbao, but as long as United don't win it, because then it papers over the cracks.
Yeah, of course.
So,
but surely, come on, guys. I've backed you all season.
We'll see what they're saying in the chat.
Back me.
They should back you.
Thank you.
From a Liverpool standpoint, Alisson in goal. I mean, there's a big question mark with Trent. Like, where does he end up? Obviously it's going to be Madrid, but I think Carragher is right, and what he said last week is if Trent's leaving, which I've heard this has been verbally agreed since December, so play Conor Bradley, right? If you are going to have Conor Bradley as your out and out right back next season, you need to bed him in and give him as many games as possible. So Conor Bradley, Virgil, Konate, I go Robertson. I think Tsimikas has probably got 5 games left as a Liverpool player, sadly for him. In the midfield, I think this game last season, I think it was like 4-2. I know the 4-3 one was when Jota scored last minute, but even last season, was it 3-0 last year? Harvey Elliott scored a banger.
I can't remember. There's so many. I just erased them from my brain.
I think someone might have scored last year, but yeah, I'd love to see Harvey Elliott start, but knowing Arne Slot like I do now, it's not going to be that, and it's going to be McAllister, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. By the way, McAllister under the radar this season for me in terms of top 3 midfielders in the league. He does everything, and actually he is actually a 10. But he's doing all the dirty work that Szoboszlai should be doing. But because Szoboszlai's got more energy than Maka, he kind of... So it's mad balance, the midfield. And then up front, I heard a rumour that if we start Darwin Núñez again, until the end of the season, we have to pay Benfica 5 mil more. And if that is true, what's 5 mil? If you're going to win the league, what is it?
Well, especially after what you paid for him, what's another 5 mil?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at the same time, because of that, I think Jota starts down the middle.
Loves a goal against Spurs.
He does. It could be Gakpo or Diaz.
Loves a goal against Spurs.
On the left, yeah. And Mo Salah, who loves a goal against Spurs. And then off the bench, Curtis, Harvey. I actually saw Curtis in town yesterday. Big him up. His mum lives literally next road to me, so big him up. So he'll come on. Harvey, Núñez, all these players, Tsimikas. And I don't care what the score is in this game. Of course, I'd like a rout of 4 or 5, for confidence going into the rest of the season. But if you said last minute winner right now, 1-0 Liverpool, I'm taking that all day. Or if you're 1-0 up in the last minute and we score an equaliser, we've won the league.
All you want to do is just win the league at Anfield, don't you? That's it. So.
And last night, I'll be honest, I had my feet up on the sofa thinking, right, Arsenal have got this under wraps. There's no way Palace are going to beat them here. But they almost did, and I was getting my shoes on, ready to head down to the ground.
Go.
But I think this is the beautiful position for Liverpool fans. We're now choosing when we want to win the league. Right? That's spoiled, isn't it?
My only request for next season is I just hope there's more of a title race. I know,
between who though?
I don't care. Well, it ain't going to be my team, but what I would like just because look, obviously I didn't want Arsenal to win the league, and for me, it was quite nice that I didn't have to worry after Feb. It's been relatively chill.
You're welcome,
hasn't it? Yeah. Thank you. But I just think overall for the Prem, and just as being...
But Man City had 4 in a row.
I know, but
to be fair,
you gave them a good run. We've had title races, we've had relegation battles, and my only criticism, and it's not criticism of Liverpool at all, it's just I just would like to see more of a title race. Okay. I loved it. Those seasons when you were going head to head, of course, but that's what, as a neutral in that standpoint... What you want is seeing it, like the fact that it was criminal that you didn't win anything when you got to 97 points. And the team, that was my favourite team to watch. I always prefer to watch a team that had Mane, Salah, Firmino in it than have City. I preferred the way that Liverpool played football, to watch it as that. But I want to see a good title race. I'm really interested to see what Arne Slot does next season as well, because I don't think anyone really, even the biggest believers at Liverpool, would have felt that he would have done this in his first season. And I think I had you lot as third, and I think a lot of other people had you second or third this season. Obviously, you didn't bring anyone in other than Chiesa.
And he's barely played.
So the foundations were all there, and it's been absolutely phenomenal from his standpoint and from a Liverpool standpoint. But I just want to see what he does next season, how he rebuilds, quality that he adds, and I would just love to have a better title race.
Well, yeah, the quality that he adds is massive. I think this transfer window in general, for you, for us, for the Big Six, I do think it is probably the biggest and most exciting transfer window to come ever.
Well, Spurs were getting a new manager as well.
You'll get a new manager, but we need a new striker. United need a new striker. Arsenal need a new striker. City needs some kind of attacking player to back up Haaland. Everyone needs everything. So I'm looking forward to it. And this is what Arne Slot has done with no improvements.
So let's see
Imagine what he could do.
Absolutely.
Slip there, like Stevie G back in the day. But all those days are in the past now, because on Sunday we put this to bed. We win the Premier League, people. Since I've been doing this channel, I never thought this day, I mean, I hoped this day would come, but to actually be sitting here talking about a game where we've won it at a canter. And like I said on DR, you know, the years of the title race with City, April, May, we've been watching City games more than us, thinking, can anyone take points off them? They just win. I've seen us lose 2 titles on the last day of the season at Anfield, but I'm going to enjoy this one.
You are. You're going to
I am going to enjoy this one.
Drink it in.
You soak it up as well. Score predictions, please.
I can't remember what I'd said earlier.
I think you said 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay, then I'll stay with that. 3-1 Liverpool.
I'll go 3-1 as well. I'll take that all day. What I don't want to see happen is, you know, we concede first and we're chopping. I just can't see it.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I just think this is going to go how we want it to go for once. And what do you say, Abby, to the people that said AGT has jinxed it all season? That's why they made this, remember? What do you say to the jinxers?
It was starting to get a little bit shaky.
It was
starting to get a little bit shaky.
When I went to Thailand,
Doyle himself said, I don't want to be on here anymore, lads. He said, I don't want to do it. Bring back Gilly. That's what he said. And we said, it's not on you. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, he didn't jinx it.
But he's apologised now as well.
He's apologised. I don't need to think you need to apologise. All of you just enjoy your weekend. Enjoy lifting the Premier League at the expense.
We've still got a month to party until
just
that
party
day
and
comes.
just enjoy yourself, and then you get your parade next month. Stunning news.
And can you imagine a world where Liverpool win the Premier League and Tottenham win the Europa League and Arsenal lose the Champions League?
That's your dream summer. I want to be in.
Yeah, because there will be a parade, right, for Tottenham if you win that.
Will there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there will.
Where? You're going to be driving the bus.
I'll be absolutely driving that bus.
You'll be next to it in the smart car going,
all summer long. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need to manifest, guys.
If that could happen, if that's what you're asking me to do, to get these guys watching to believe in you, that helps. Because the jinx can help. The support can help.
Help us, guys.
The online presence can help. So they win the Europa, we'll take this bad boy.
And Arsenal come out with nothing, nada.
That would be the ideal situation.
No remonada.
Yeah. And Barnet got promoted as well. So
and
in terms
big
of
up
North
Barnet.
London,
it would be unbelievable.
You and Barnet that have actually
Who's the real winners? Who's the real winners?
Exactly. So people, the content that we have got for you is a joke. Tell them to subscribe.
Make sure you like, you subscribe. Don't miss a minute.
Don't miss a minute, because we have got an after movie. We're doing an official after movie from the parade, which will probably take us a week to edit, but Jason's doing it, so you know it's going to be fire.
It's going to be great.
I'm doing Arne Slot haircuts.
Yes, you are.
The parade.
You're going to get your hair chopped off as well?
No, not me. For the people at home, if you want that. We've got the chair for an hour, so we will have to be quite quick on that one. But we've got the fan cams from this, and we're going to do a vlog as well on the day, because it could be the day we win the league. Getting a guard of honour, I'm pointing like he's there. Guard of honour from Matisse, guard of honour from Robbie. Flex is like crying every time he sees me because we're about to equal 20. Next year's going to be 21. Yeah, why not? I'll say next year's going to be 21. So this is the place to be. If you want to see behind the scenes vlogs, people crying, people drinking, then make sure you subscribe to the Kop TV. Big up to Abby each and every time.
See you next season.
See you next season, but we'll see you on Sunday for the big one. Liverpool versus Tottenham, the day where we become Premier League champions. Take care.